How do you describe the show?
It is a sketch show.
It's just so great and so funny.
It was an incredible collection of highly talented writers and actors. If I can keep going, this feels so Hollywood right now.
Reflects on the human experience from a female perspective.
How will the women know it's for women?
Noble women, gentle women, ladies, ladies, ladies.
Baronesses.
Baronesses.
I felt like that somehow they reached inside of me and exposed all of the things I've been thinking and all the things I've been feeling.
Important, hilarious, and very Canadian.
We're at the cottage!
They're just my favorite, and I just can't even believe it's coming to an end.
Oh, come on, I'm already crying.
In May of 2016, Baroness von Sketch Show made its proper societal debut on CBC, and its sketches also found huge success online.
I love the locker room sketch. I saw that and just thought, wow, that's so cool to see a slice of life from a perspective that we don't normally get.
I wrote Locker Room Birthday, and I think it was one of the first ones that they shared online. I was going to a fitness class after work, and everyone was making fun of me. I was saying that there wasn't an adequate changing space in the gym for you to have privacy, and everyone else was like, for what?
I want the confidence of the 80-year-old women at the YMCA who just don't give an F anymore, you know?
God, because, body image for women all the way through, but particularly as you start aging, it's such an ongoing and constant thing.
It was so much fun doing that sketch. It was one of our first of many future nude scenes. The way that Aurora sits in that chair, like Anne Purnell was amazing in it.
Welcome to your 40s, Kelsey.
Baroness had its first viral hit, spreading across the internet, racking up hundreds of thousands of views in mere days.
We always knew, this is an incredible sketch. But then when the numbers started coming in and then it started spreading.
As soon as that first locker room sketch came out, it was like, this is better than anything that anyone is making in this country. This is funnier. It's more relevant. It's saying something that's really important.
Is it?
I just never seen anything like that. And so as soon as I saw them and I saw a few sketches, I was like, wow.
This humble Canadian comedy was suddenly a right honorable international sensation.
A couple of other, really, big names commented on Twitter, holy shit, this person is talking about the show.
All of a sudden it was New York Times, Vogue magazine.
The New York Times called me and my editor said this CBC show just got picked up by IFC, and it was a moment where the show was just kind of taking off, and I think they were a little bit shell-shocked that it was having these reverberations.
I love that quote from, I think it's Vogue, that said that, Baroness von Sketch is the best thing to come out of Canada since Ryan Gosling.
And then you clicked on the link and it's them on the Today Show. And it's like, wow, this is more than just a little Canadian show. This is huge.
And it was more than just a meme of the week. Baroness reverberated across myriad communities, online and off.
It wasn't so much press, it was the fact that people were talking about it. People that I knew, whether they were people in the industry, actors like myself, or just neighbors and shit, would be like, hey man, and they'd start talking about the show.
And I think because so many people in our world who were funny, comedians, writers, they were talking about the specific sketches, it's like they're stamping their approval.
One time I was walking with Meredith down the street, and then all of a sudden this woman stops her car, leans out the window and screams, "Dry shampoo, bitches!" And I was like, we have made it.
Their popularity hit a brand new peak when Cheese Fight blew up TikTok, inspiring sync videos from around the world.
So, I bought this cheese here, it cost me $40, and there is a hair stuck to it. Oh yeah, we can take that back. Wait, what?
I figured it was only a matter of time until one of their scenes got a response like that.
And that was a really great thing to see, a TikTok generation be really into it.
I wasn't surprised by how people were reacting to how specific the humor was, and what seemed really Canadian, I think, was far more universal maybe than everybody thought.
The Baronesses made sure to hold the door wide open for writers of different backgrounds, experiences, and perspectives.
I think it's tricky when you're first creating a show to figure out what that show is, but the Baronesses had such a vision.
It has this underlying vision that is very, very clear about relatability and authenticity of experience. But then also a real diversity of voice within that.
I've written for a few weeks on every season, and it's a really, really unique experience.
The hierarchies aren't as distinct as in other rooms, and it's a lot more fun.
They've brought together so many people from the community and given so many opportunities to everybody.
This is a lot of different voices literally at the table, and that's why this is funny.
The more differences that we have in a writing room, on production, behind the scenes, in front of this camera, the better the show.
It could have coasted on the laurels of its popularity, but instead the show used that platform to interrogate serious issues.
Oh, no, I just mean if we're on someone else's land, shouldn't we leave?
I also think once we were able to get something like Unfounded through onto TV, that was when it really seemed like, okay, we're making something that we're allowed to make these big points.
The scene that directly talks about what happens to assault survivors, rape survivors, and the processing and the lack of action when it comes to justice for them.
You hear the numbers of rape kits that aren't processed, and to put that out there and on television in a comedy is so brave and so important.
They're talking about a very touchy subject. They made it funny. They pointed their lens at police, which is dangerous. They took risks that no one's ever taken before on Canadian TV, not even close.
What the Baronesses have done in making this show just busts the doors open for everyone in many directions.
I don't think that they went into it thinking that this was going to be some revolutionary thing, but it was a flood of outpouring of, oh my God, this is me.
When you see yourself reflected on screen, you are able to imagine a world you couldn't before.
That was something that the world was absolutely starving for. We're very used to the white male gaze, and this was finally a female perspective.
And not just the middle-aged female perspective.
There's a way that the show could become very white feminist-y in its ways and not intersectional, and I think that the show is pretty aware of that, and they poke fun of that. I appreciate the show for how inclusive it can be in its comedy.
I feel like this show really saw queer people and saw women left of center, and there isn't a lot of that out there for us. And so I feel really sad that it's over, and I really hope that it opened the door for more like it.
After hundreds of sketches, millions of views, and infinite laughs, the benevolent reign of the Baroness von Sketch Show is marching fiercely into the sunset.
It ended the way it was supposed to end, beautifully, with grace and style.
Oh, I feel a little emotional, actually.
They opened up the world in a very honest and funny and charming and lovable way, and I think that's so wonderful.
I really do feel like I owe them so much. I am genuinely gonna cry.
I just want to say thank you. Thank you for giving me an opportunity to see ourselves up on a screen.
Thank you for opening so many doors for the women who are coming up behind us.
What they have is very special and very magical and incredibly inspiring, and I think it will change the course of comedy in Canada, at least, if not in the US.
They were so generous and so kind and so giving. Now I'm gonna cry again. God.
I'll miss the show so much. I'll just be sitting in my sweatpants, eating cheesies, watching it over and over and over.
Thank you for making it easy to laugh at ourselves, and thank you for being so fucking funny.
It is so gratifying when good things happen to good people. It's just absolutely amazing that the world responded in this way to the show, and it's totally down to what amazing and talented and kind and funny people you are.